up, long players? Welcome back to the Long Play Listening Party, the show where we go deep on local music, writing, recording, inspiration, gear, Chuck D's documentary, Fight the Power. Watch it on PBS or stream it on pbs.org for free, and whatever else sounds good to us. I'm Howie Howard from Mr. Furious Records, joined by my co-host Nate Holt. What's going on, Nate?
DJ 98, what's going on?
Yes, let's just jump right in. So DJ Not a DJ, we're going to be listening to the vinyl reissue of the original DJ Not a DJ album in a few weeks.
Yes.
You've also been recording new stuff.
We did. I think it's been over 10 years, I think, since we've all seen each other or been in the same room or anything like that. And we got everything, all the logistics figured out. We've been doing that over the past couple of months to record at the KU Audio Engineering Department studio, which is really, really nice, actually. John McCluskey, maybe better known as Johnny Quest, runs it. He's in charge of all the curriculum, teaches audio engineering courses, and we set up and arranged a Friday, Saturday, Sunday recording session, and he brought in some of his really, really good outboard gear, and the school already has. I think it's a Neve sort of. I think it's a brand is Neve. I don't know what the model is. It's a Neve console though, and it was just. I don't think it could have gone any better. Really, we were super productive. I didn't expect to get to a lot of the stuff that which I don't need to. I can do it at home and send tracks, but I got to do some of my stuff, and we got to jam. I think we did 2 or 3, 30, 45-minute jams. Like,
oh wow,
that's just what we did back when we were playing. We really didn't have any songs until we put the album out, because we just improvised everything and played and recorded shows, and it was a really good weekend, and I'm super excited to get the new record out. But the 20th anniversary double vinyl, you can get it on Fat Beats, and it'll be worth it. It's a beautiful record, and it sounds great. Royce did an amazing job remastering it for vinyl, and
cool.
Yeah.
And listeners, you're going to hear that in, let me do my math, I think 3 weeks. You'll hear the first 2 sides of that, and then, the next 2 sides the following week. And I will, special for all of you, I'm fortunate enough to have a copy of that vinyl, and I'm going to record the vinyl for the show audio. So you all will get to hear.
Look at that.
The vinyl itself. I mean, not itself, but the best that we can give you.
Unless you go to Fat Beats and buy it, that's all you got to do.
Always the best option.
Yeah.
But hopefully hearing it on the podcast will convince you to go
to do that. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that plenty. I mean, but for this week's show, Nate and I are going to go through a couple works in progress, and maybe talk about that a little bit. Some more gear talk toward the ends. And Nate, is it all right if I play AM while we're here?
Sure.
Google.
The operative word here is in progress. In progress.
That's fair.
Yeah, but that's just been released. It's on my Bandcamp. but yeah, it'll be it's gonna be in a 4-track project I'm working on with Mara McFadden. She's a excellent vocalist, songwriter. I mean, she, actress. She does a lot of that stuff. And I sent her 3 songs, and I'm not sure how she found this one, but she's like, we have to do that too. And she was into it. So I think towards the end of March, we'll record her vocals, and that'll come out hopefully this summer.
Cool. And how did you meet her?
We met at a Lawrence theater production. I don't know if the first one is Pulp Fiction or something else, but she's a student of Kirsten Paladin's. And so, or you know what? I think what it was she had put out an EP and needed to put a band together to play a couple shows. So it was Kirsten reached out to me. We got a couple of other guys to play, guitar, bass, drums. And then, we played a couple shows, and at some point I had asked Mard, if she liked any of the songs I was writing, and she was into it. So that'll be coming out hopefully, like I said, summerish. And she's got a really, really interesting sort of concept for the record. So I won't ruin with my. I'm not going to ruin it, but she's writing a synopsis so that I don't have to stumble over my words every time I try to tell people what it's about.
Cool.
But this was, God, I probably wrote this song in like 2013, 2014. And it was just, trying to remember what synth it was. That's when I was briefly trying out the SH201, I think. And then the Core Game of 50. I think I had those. And the piano's probably a VST. I did play guitar on it.
Oh, that's kind of different. So are we going to hear any vocals, or this is the instrumental?
This is the instrumental that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry to disappoint.
Oh no, I just that's actually helpful to know in general, and also that means I think you tell me. Can I use the version from your Bandcamp in the edit as the full quality?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you don't have one already, I'll just send it to you.
Nope, I grabbed it before we started recording.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. I mean, I didn't pay anything for this one. Sorry.
Isn't that?
But I did sign up for your emailing list, which I was probably already on.
Well, it all helps. Which, I mean, I was about to spill some beans. I don't think I should do that yet. But
okay,
we've got an interesting marketing or promotion idea for Semper Veritas.
Okay.
That hopefully will please a lot of people. I'm certainly excited.
I think I see where you're going there, perhaps.
Yeah.
Listeners, you can read between the lines or wait with bated breath for the announcement there. But yeah, I think I see where that's going.
But it's funny though, because so Corey put out that vinyl, that double vinyl, which, I never thought I was like, I didn't think I'd be in a band that, was on a record or made, actually sold records. And then all of a sudden it was like, yeah, here's Corey's record. It's like, it's so weird. And then, DJ Not a G issuing this record, which is, I think it's super, super cool. It's just, it just kind of seems like they both sort of came out of the blue, and now, I'm just caught up in the vinyl fad.
That's awesome. I would love the unfinished Mars Lights double LP. I would love to have on vinyl, but the only way.
Not a fad in a bad way. It there's a reason why. I'm understanding more and more why that's desirable.
Yeah,
clearly.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just interesting that I never considered. I had to go, down to Richards and talk to Austin, see what kind of record players they had, so I could actually freaking listen to, music that I played on a record.
That's cool, man. That's very cool. So do you want to do the IPA demo here?
Well, I feel like uncomfortably things are like focusing on me a lot. So I feel like you have other stuff that you've been doing that.
We'll get to mine. I have plenty to say about mine, and the demo's real short, right?
Okay, yeah.
Or do you want to skip it? We can skip it.
No. We can go. We can do it. I'm
okay.
Fine.
Here we go.
This is just super, like, definitely a demo.
Yeah.
But there's it's strange, and I guess I should ask for your opinion about this because it should be talked about. So about 3 years ago or so, 3 or 4 years ago, these guys asked me to play keyboards over some of these beats they had, and so I gave them some cool ideas. I even bass lines and everything. I never heard back. Never saw anything released or anything. I'm just there's folders of these tracks that I have put keyboards to that I am like super ready to release or at least start the process of putting out. And I was just like, I'm just gonna take my keyboard parts, real quick, make up a similar beat. It could change. It could, completely morph into something else. But I wanted my versions of them so that I could hopefully work with somebody on them. And so I'm kind of right now, looking or seeing who might be interested in doing some. It's not going to be a huge project either. It'll probably be 4 or 5 songs, but they're all kind of in the same vein.
Have a vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love it. This is very much you, but I feel like the darkness and the edginess is like cranked up just a little bit. It's a little more aggressive in the drums. Actually, this could have fit on Orbital Debris too,
yeah.
And I think we used some more aggressive sounds, just a little bit on that.
Yeah, we were definitely. That is more hip hop oriented, and we are more electro.
Yeah,
I think.
But like you were saying, I'm dying to hear a singer on that. I think.
Yes.
I think the right singer could really do something with that. That'd be very cool.
I know. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. No, I'm validating. I think you're on the right track there. I think that'll be really cool. All right, so let me. Okay, we'll take the spotlight. We'll take the spotlight off you, Nate, and I'll share a work in progress of mine.
Sweat, dude.
Yeah, we're very intense here on the show.
It's so much pressure.
So this is a track from an upcoming MS Ride album, where the songs all came together on the 404 Mark II sampler. And so this is well, let me just start playing it here. The main sample in the song which is the first thing you'll hear, is my scanner.
Okay.
I was scanning documents for our adoption process, and noticed that.
So I almost thought you meant police scanner, but it's a document scanner.
No, not police scanner. Document scanner, printer, fax. You know, that thing that you have maybe in the closet, or maybe you don't have one anymore.
I have a combination printer scanner that works with one.
That type of device. So I was scanning, and I realized that it made this interval that was really, really close to a minor seventh. So I sampled that and built a song around it.
I already like it as a sound.
Yeah, I mean that's what really caught my ear, and you're gonna hear it a bunch more times because it pretty much goes throughout the song, and different other things kind of build up around it. And this is gonna be the last track on the album, and the reason I chose it to share was it kind of illustrates how I've approached this album, was just like finding an initial sample and then building a song around it. And these songs, I set out to make 10 bangers, and it got weird very quickly, and it got dark and slow. And there's some bangers, but like every song went in its own direction, and so there's just a ton of variety on the project. I basically got 5 songs done. I'm in the process of making the next 5 instrumentals, and then we'll add the vocals.
So did you create the kick drum samples from like your chord, or where did they?
It's a mix. I mean, I built up a decent drum sample library for the 404.
Yeah.
But you're always putting effects and stuff on anyway. Sometimes I did my own drums, and I don't remember anymore what any of the specific drums are.
That's okay. I actually prefer not knowing or forgetting where stuff came from. I mean, there's going to be somebody out there that knows. Like, that's this.
Maybe
you got 5 sample from this collection. I don't care if it is not, and I'd rather not know if it was.
Yeah.
If it's, that's all just kind of like noise. If it sounds good, I don't give a shit.
I try to remember to always do something to every drum thing, even if it's just a little EQ or saturation.
Yeah,
or
of course. I mean, but yeah. And this is kind of getting up and changing, but yeah, you don't have to spend, all this time creating a unique bass drum that sounds 99% like another bass drum that you have sampled in your library somewhere. Breaking out of our cadence. Who's that? Vocals.
It's me.
Nice.
I think I'm doing all the vocals on this project. I can't think of any.
What are you using? What are you using to affect your voice?
404 effects. Different.
Nice.
different thing that's on there. I think this one. Yeah, I don't remember. Pitch down, pitch up. For one song, not this one, but a different song, I went back to the 404SX for the voice trans thing, which Approach really likes. He likes to pitch up in his like ad libs.
Yeah, he does. And what was funny was that so he did a song on my last record, and I did that with his voice just because that's what he does.
Yeah, once you know what it is, you hear it all over.
Yeah.
And it always works. It's a good choice. But it's something that he loves. I love to mostly pitch my vocals down to try and sound tougher because I don't have a real tough sounding voice just as it comes out of my body so much. I have kind of a choir voice. But that's good. I don't really want this album is really all sound and style and vibe. Like none of it really means a lot to me lyrically. It's not about the lyrics. It's just trying to sound cool as an overall thing. And so I don't really want anyone to be listening to it and thinking about Howie Howard. You know, it's supposed to be vibey and weird. This is kind of like the Sounds Good Money remix that I have on my Weirdest Beat tape from last summer. I really think this song sounds better the second time you hear it. Like there's this very long structure to it, and you don't get any of the guitar until like 3 minutes in. So there's very little harmonic development until this enormously long outro.
Well, I like the. I mean, the sonic palette of it is I find entertaining to listen to. So it's not like I don't feel like I was waiting for something to happen, which I think is certain tension, right? Like you're not supposed to be expecting, all these quick things. Like it feels like it's set out deliberately to be kind of like, it's supposed to be kind of a slow burner.
Yes, definitely. And it's definitely like, I don't know, the outro, which really is like the last half of the song. The guitar, the harmonic development in the guitar really kind of turns it into this loop that finally makes sense and has some motion. Prior to that, it's just like all tension and build, but it's not really going anywhere yet. It's suspenseful, I think. And so I think it works better. I think emotionally it works maybe from the first time, but I think if a little more intellectually, it almost makes more sense once you know where you're headed to kind of go back to the beginning and go through it again. Maybe that's very self-indulgent, but anyway, that's a taste.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm going to try and have that out like this summer, probably. I should be. 5 songs are at this stage of doneness with vocals and everything and basically mixed. Yeah. And the other 5, I had kind of set aside between Christmas and like last week, but now I'm back on it. I made a lot of progress. I've got a little retreat getaway coming up where I'm going to definitely be able to lock in and finish some things. And so I definitely think I can have this out by like summer.
Nice.
And it's been so much fun. Oh man, I love the Mark II so much. There's so much more you can do with it, but somehow they added a ton of features and a ton of capability and kept the spirit and a lot of the workflow of the 404SX.
Yeah.
It's a really great instrument for me, and I really love working on it a lot. I still love the SX too, but like man, some of those limitations, you just bang your head against the wall. And the Mark II gets around that. It's missing a couple effects. It's missing the subsonic effect. It's missing the voice trans, which I really wish they'll add. And they might. I mean, there hasn't been a firmware update in quite a while, so hopefully maybe some new effects in another firmware update at some point. But I love it. Those are tiny little things. I love it as is. And we'll immediately turn around and start making another record on it. I've got plenty of ideas. So, and another. Let's finish up with a little bit more gear. This is actually going to relate. I brought a show and tell. This is the LEP loop, which I got for myself last month, just a few weeks ago, really. LEP loop is an Italian groove box analog noise generation, digitally sequenced groove box with a kick sound, a noise sound, 2 oscillators, semi-modular. You can see different switches. There's like many different ways to kind of route everything.
Right.
And the secret sort of is it has, not the secret, but the key to it is 4 64-step gate sequencers, which you can they default to being subdivided into 4 tracks of 16 steps each, and then a 16-step analog capacitor pitch sequencer, which is fun because those capacitors decay a little bit over time, so the pitch is always dropping by a tiny amount, and there's a little bit of magic in that.
So didn't we talk about this? Did you decide that you could probably quantize those pitches?
Yeah, so there is a chromatic step programming function for the pitch sequencer. It'll save, I don't remember, it's like at least 100 patterns, which is everything. I mean, obviously can't save your knob positions and your routing settings, but as far as the digital, your pattern, including your pitches, it will save pitches that are programmed in chromatically, which took me a long time to figure out. Another really cool feature is like loading stuff into the analog sequencer through sample and hold, but that will not save. You can only save pitch data that you chromatically sequence in.
You program yourself.
Yeah. So I've developed a fun/frustrating process of when I hit on something I like where the pitch came from the sample and holds, I record it, and then I record a very slow version of it, and then painstakingly listen note by note and sequence in the next closest thing that I can find. So that eats up some time. But this thing is really fun, and it's actually...
And you're back in like the 50s and 60s, man.
Yeah, kind of. Which is the fun/heartbreak of it. But it couldn't be any other way. But the reason I kind of jumped to this from the 404 is that with the 404 Mark II, so it has a dedicated out for the kick drum sound. So what I've been doing to record, and this sounds amazing, is the kick and then the rest of the mix in stereo to the 404 Mark II, record whatever I'm going to record, so that's hard panned, right? And then on the Mark II, copy the sample, isolate the left, isolate the right. Then you can put the kick down the middle, put some chorus on the rest of the mix to spread it out. Put the 303 vinyl sim with the compressor on it, and all of a sudden you're just banging. It's so good. And it's such a great combination to take this little thing and make it sound absolutely enormous. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I liked about, or that's what I like about, the analog rhythm, which I've had for forever. I had sold, got another one, and haven't gotten rid of it. Is that, if you turn it on and you listen to, what's loaded, and that, it just sounds like a typical drum machine, but, because you can load samples on there, and then because it has, synth engines in there, like the first time I had I was like, yeah, this is fucking great. Put it through, my system with a subwoofer. I was like, holy crap, dude, that's,
yeah.
I mean, it was, yeah, and there's no looking back. It was just like, I don't use it exclusively, but a lot of the songs that I really tend to like are the drums are some at least partially programmed on that, and it's usually the kick. Of course, there's always some adjustments that you do, like you said, but it never seems to fail.
Yeah,
it's the same with the Moog Grandmother. Like, you can do a lot of stuff with it. Semi-modular, you could go a lot of places, but like if you need a bass sound, I mean, you go like one oscillator and find the right filter resonance, and it's
yep.
Like it's almost funny how like automatic it is. It's like it's just like
automatic's a good word. Yep.
Yeah,
the magic is real.
Yeah.
Well, you had a big Nord change. Do you want to talk about that, or like, is there any different?
I mean,
talk about.
The Nord was just like, I had a Kronos, which is obviously a nice keyboard, and always had some sort of Nord, and the one that I had been using for, I can't remember exactly how long it was, Electro 5 or something like that, which is, it was 73 keys. It fit in a backpack, carried on your back. It was, there was a lot of times I could get away with, playing that with gigs. That's it. But I sold that Korg, and I sold that Nord because I saw Sam Goodell in Frightened Stag, which, if you haven't seen that band, you should go see it. Jeff Stoltz, Sam Goodell, and I'll slap myself, y'all, for.
You can send it to me for the notes if you want.
Yeah.
Find it out.
Next time I see them, they can come up and hit me. I saw Sam playing, his stage, and I didn't realize they had, Nord. Like, there's an actual Nord synth engine in there. So, and it's not just like, Attack, Decay, Release. It's like you can load your own samples. You can arpeggiate it. You've got a lot of control over that synth, and then you've got the organ engine, and then you have the piano, and it's just been a dream. Like, it's 88 fully weighted keys. And I can't say that I've missed the Kronos whatsoever. Yeah. I used to think that because of everything you can set up in it, like you set up basically a set list, and you can set up all your MIDI channels. So if I have a second keyboard, you don't have to mess with any of that. Like, it's just there. And I was kind of concerned that there wouldn't be that, just immediacy, or that but that wasn't a thing. Like the Nord could do it all. Like, so yeah, that's been really exciting to have that. But yeah, that's all. I could gush about that all night.
Yeah, no, and I think that's an awesome instrument for you, with all the different stuff you do and all the lives, groups you're playing with and everything. I think that's really great.
Yeah, except I'm carrying it in like a coffin case, so I show
sure.
up.
I mean, you gotta.
People are like, "What the fuck is that? Is there somebody else in there?" No, man, no.
All the classic Nord case jokes.
Relax, it's got wheels. I got it. Don't worry about it.
You got it. Well, this has been great, man. I'm excited to see how the recording.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it. I'm glad that we're back in. I'm gonna try to let as many people know as possible.
Come back.
I was just gonna say, yeah, we've got some super cool guests lined up. Some super cool guests we have yet to reach out to that have reached out to us. So I think we'll have some entertaining content, entertaining shows for everyone to see.
Definitely, and come back next week. Till Willis and Erratic Cowboy, Grinding of the Stars, Part 1. Super looking forward to that. Subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on: YouTube, Stitcher, Apple Podcast, whatever, Google Podcast.
It's all free, man. It's all free.
Do the subscription.
All you do is click.
Just do that little click for us. If you need anything, thelongplaylp@gmail.com. And until then, be cool.
Be cool. Stay safe.
Watch Fight the Power.
Call your mom.
Documentary on PBS.
Hug your loved ones.
So good. You'll learn something. Even if you think you know everything about hip hop, you'll learn something. I guarantee it. All right, later, everybody. Yeah.